Howdy folks, it's CTR here. We got us a 55 Chevy Wagon 4-door in here, and it happens to be a Bel Air. If you look right down there, you can see the badge and the chrome holes for the Bel Air script. And give you a little bit of idea what we're going to do to this one. I just rolled it in yesterday, I guess, or the day before. What we're going to do is we're going to take this thing down in the front end, and we're going to put up the disc brake kit on it from Auto City Classics, I think it is. And we're going to put all new Moog front end parts on it. We've got new shocks. Let's see. I have to build a shock tower bracket to get it off the body for the back. And I'll make my own cross member and my own motor mounts so that we can LS swap this baby. Currently I'm doing this one for a friend of mine, Keith Harper. I'm not sure, maybe partnered in on it or something. We'll work that out later, but he's been wanting me to do an LS swap for him for a while, and he had these cars coming in from Colorado, it and a 2-door Handyman. I'll show you a picture of it in a minute. And I was like, why don't we just do these, and we can figure out whether you want to sell them or drive them. So that's what I'm doing here. In a little bit I'm going to start taking the front end apart, pull all the control arms and everything off, new bushings, ball joints. We'll probably put a poor man's power steering kit bearing set in the idler arm. And let me think, I don't think I have anything else on my current list. We'll build a fuel cell for it, probably eliminate the spare tire hole, just get rid of it, and put a custom stainless or aluminum tank in there. I don't know which one I'm going to build for it, whichever one's probably a little cheaper, but we'll give you the nickel tour around this car, and it's in really good shape. This car right here, door's still shut great. The only thing really I see much damage is the tailgate. The top, somebody's primed it. They've rolled some old paint on it of some kind. I can't tell whether they rolled it on there or whether they sprayed it and it's just that orange peely, but apparently they did it so that it could sit outside. They look pretty hardy to me. I didn't see much fill work. It looks like a ding or two in them. They might have put a little fill in a ding or two, but I don't see any big rust holes from the backside. It's got a pretty bare hood on it. It's missing the grill, the lower splash pan in the center is done, lower valance. I've got a couple of them laying around here extra. And the bumper's just kind of hanging on there by a couple of bolts. It's not really mangled. The brackets look like they might have been kinked a little. The windshield bed, man, look at that. It's excellent shape. They did just a little bit of repair right there on the other side, you know, for something about like that. Man, there ain't nothing wrong with that. Good and straight. Doesn't have, I mean, it's mud. Don't have a lot of mud in it. They have, before it got here, already put a patch panel in the quarter. Looked like it'd been hit right down here. I don't think it was a rust issue by looking at the rest of the car, but it's took a hit here in this corner. And they didn't really do a bad job putting it in there. It's probably not how I would have done it, but I don't know what they had for a donor patch panel, and it was a used piece. I could tell from the inside looking at it underneath, but that may have been what they had to work with. They didn't do a bad job, like I said, they just didn't quite finish it, so I'm probably just gonna straighten it on up. And I don't know if you can see it or not in the video, but it's pretty rough back here around the bumper. Something's got into it pretty good. But I'll straighten that mess up and finish it. This right here inside, floors are really good shape. The inner wheel wells are great shape. It's got a little bit of repair to do in the back corners in front of the wheel wells right down at the floor pan, and that's it, man. The braces underneath are good. The tailgate's toast. You see my hinge is right here. See if I can turn this light on. Yeah, the hinges right here. They're not attached because there ain't nothing to attach it to. But we'll come up with a tailgate somewhere. I can turn the light off now. There we go. But overall, it's in really good shape. Even the hatch glass is good. It's not kinked or bent. So the latches work on the lower section, so shouldn't have too much trouble there. Yeah, you can see a little bit more damage right in here where they've got the bumper into it pretty good. Somebody's banged it around a little. But hang on just a second and we'll lift this thing up. Look at there. We'll lift this thing up, and very complete car. As you can see, trim for it, inner window garnishments, all that's inside. Some parts I've never seen before. Don't know where the hell they go to, but hang on just a second and we'll lift it up and let you see the underside. We'll see if we can grab a light over here and maybe we can see what we're doing somewhat. Get a cord going. All right, folks. We're underneath this old 55 Chevy 4-door wagon. And I want to see if I can get everything to light up on this camera. I mean, you can see the floor pans in this thing are just wonderful. I mean, beautiful. There's a little damage. There's the front. It's been a brace hooked right there on the right front corner. But man, look at the inner rockers and stuff on this thing. There's a little damage right there to repair. You can see where the gray is shining through from above. The other side's about the same. Old factory rear end in it. Somebody's been patching at the old tank, fuel tank, both sides and the corners, and it's dripping. I think it's full of water right now for whatever reason, but it needs a tank in it for sure and certain. But it seems to me like it's in really, really good shape. And let's see if I can see the inside of that patch. Yeah, you can see right there. You can see the pinch line where they've cut it. I've still got to reattach this part, but it's a used panel and it ought to do the job quite well. A little bit of lap will come on the inside, stick it in a few places, and then we'll go back on the outside and finish seam welding it like it needs to be. And somebody's had a new fuel line run, so I'm betting it probably was driven not too long back. But even though battery tray is great, I've been lubricating PB blasters. You can see this right here is most definitely, I buy this by the case, man. But every bolt, all the control arm bolts, every joint, I've been spraying this crap for several days off and on, even before I pulled it in here, because we got to pull it out, and all the control arm bushings, if you can see that, they're just crispy crittered toast. They're done. But we're gonna put a new front end under it. We've got all of these new parts right here. If you want to know the part numbers for all your Moog front ends, we'll just lay them out. All right, I stacked all these out for side on this car. I've got enough for the left side and enough for the right side for all these part numbers. And starting with the coil springs, I'm going to point you at them, and I have every Moog part number, and then when I get done I'll show you the part number on the rear spring bushings, so you can buy all this stuff at your local parts store. It's getting old enough that a lot of these guys, they can't use a book, but you can get them through your local parts store. All right, beginning with coil springs, it is a Moog number CS638, and I think that's going to be the inner tie rod, the long one anyway. And There's your bushing kit for control arm. There's your inner tie rod, or the short end. I don't know if I may not have them up close enough for you to see them. That's going to be your other ball joint. This is going to be the other control arm, either upper or lower. I don't remember which. But let's see. 60-34. All right, now if memory serves me correct, let's see if we can do this. Memory serves me correct. The lower control arm bushings come, I think this is 604. The lower control arm bushings, I think, come as, that's a ball joint, my bad. Which one is it? Yeah, 304, that's it. Your lower control arm bushings come as a set in a box for both sides. So you only need one of these packages for that part number. K304. But the other, let's get the ball joint. There we go. Get this all organized here. Yeah, sure. K5196. That's going to be your upper control arm bushings. Come out of there. They come two, so that's per side on those. I don't know why they box them that way, but you have to buy the lowers as a full kit for the whole car, and the uppers come as one side per package. So everything but the 304 kit you need two of, if that makes any sense to you. Hope this is helpful. Now we've got a 65, get some light on this right. K6566, hope you can see that. We have the rear spring bushing kit is what it is. And I'm gonna unbox that for you because I don't remember. It comes as a count 1 on the box, but that's not how many come in it. I need to count and see how many it is so you know how many you need. 1, 2, 3, 4 bushings. Okay, it takes 2 bushings per eyelet. So that's enough to do 1 spring corner and 1 shackle on the shackle end. I don't know what the part number is for the front spring bushing. Usually if they're that bad, then I probably need to put springs on it too, but you need 2 boxes of these to do the back end of the car for your spring bushings and your shackle bushings. And that number again is K6566. I think you can see that. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna drop out of here for a minute. CTR. Hello there from CTR. We're working on a 55 Chevy 4-door wagon today. Right now I'm taking the front end apart. We're gonna put new ball joints and tie rods and control arm bushings, and we're gonna put a power disc brake kit on it, and we're gonna LS swap it. I doubt we'll get all that done today, but look at there. The B40 and 41 bearings still got the old shit in it. Those are metal cage, so I know they've not been changed. We're gonna end up taking the whole backing plate and everything off of this thing for our new disc brake kit, which I haven't dug out yet, but I'll show you that product. I think it came from Auto City Classics. Fetch me a dry towel, bub.
Yeah.
I'll introduce you to my woolly assistant. Right now we're having a mullet contest, and thus far he's a winning on old Dad, but this is my boy Hampton. He's 12 years old. his birthday coming up in July. He'll be 13, and we'll introduce you after a while to, it's trying to rain right now. We had to change our plans about what we were going to film today. It's Sunday afternoon, it's raining. Well, that's the way it goes. CTR, we do the impossible every day.
And we keep forgetting what day it is. It's Saturday today.
Is it Saturday?
Yeah.
Pretty sure it's Sunday.
No, it's Saturday.
Nope, it's Sunday.
It is? Oh.
Thanks for arguing, though. Appreciate it. 12-year-old.
I don't know. I thought it was Saturday.
Anyway, it is not Saturday.
Alright.
Now, we don't have near all our tools here for this job. I'm gonna get prepared, and then I'm gonna have him pick up the camera, and he'll do some filming while I show you your pinpoints. And I've got some tools, the spring compressor and stuff to get in here, and I'll show you the fast way to take these things apart. One side of this is missing a shock, so I'm not just gonna drop it on the ball joint to help it pop loose. I'll end up either putting a shock on it to take it apart with, so it's a safety measure, or I'll collapse the spring and just pop the joint. I don't know how that's gonna work yet. We'll see. Anyway, I'm out for now. Smell them? I think so. This is where your voiceover says, a few thousand cotter pins removed later, or something to that effect. All right, I need a wrench set too, bud. All right, I'm done listening to you over there failing. Looking for something that ain't in the damn door no more, because it ain't where it's supposed to be, son. You got them pair of pliers, fucking worth shit.
I did get all the wrenches except for 47/16.
Surgery over here, looks like. way better than it was. Might even get these in here now. Regular screwdriver. I gotta get this off of here. A regular screwdriver from right over there. I can see it from here. It's moving. Regular. Right there. Any one of them son of bitches. Give me that smaller one right there. One race. Now get me a roll of tape, bub.
Yeah.
Now I know what happens when this shit starts coming off. So I'm gonna take these threads. They get banged up. And that'll prevent you from having to run a chaser down it later. Cheap fix. If you're exceptionally rough, wrap you a piece of pop bottle around it, tape it, and then pop bottle, and then some more tape to stick it down. That'll protect it. Now, if you look in here, there's nothing to cage this spring. It's supposed to have a shock come up through it like there. If you don't leave it caged, it's gonna come out of there and it's probably gonna go through the wall behind you and maybe through you to get there. So it's really important to either cage that thing with something, and I highly recommend it. I may actually bolt a shock on here, but you can use another jack to put the weight of the car on it and just let it off slow when you pop this upper ball joint. So you can buzz this bolt a little bit loose because it's trying naturally to set into it, and this, all the weight is sitting on this upper control arm on these bump stops. So you can loosen this bolt while you have pressure on it, and that's sometimes helpful to get the threads broke loose. Now, I'm not reusing these ball joints, so I can literally take a zip tool or whatever, you know, my air chisel, and just cut the nuts off of it easy. But it's dangerous as a cock cannon. If you let this all go at once, I'm telling you, it'll go through the wall of your shop. I don't care if it's concrete block, it can damn sure do it. So be careful, fellas. Don't want that.
Okay.
I do, however, want it to go up.
Well, we will do that.
I had that turned the way I wanted it. You turn the rest of it, this wants to be right here. Safety. Actually, I'm going to spin this exactly opposite. Got up against it?
Yeah.
Put some pressure on it.
How's that?
Keep doing it. Okay, well. I assume I can still get an impact in here on this, right? Hammer. Turning pretty good. That's turning pretty good. Stay back over on that corner. Still captured. See it pop? It's down against the nut now.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Scary, scary, ain't it, kids? I hate this part of this job. Yeah, get everybody away. There shouldn't be that much pressure on it, though. Quit frowning. Can't be that big a chicken. But we're gonna make out. It's gonna make some noise, probably, when it comes off of there. And it's gonna flop and smack, but so be it. It's got a jack under it too. It's not going very far. See what I mean? It's got the weight of the car sitting on it too. Be a lot less spooky if it had the whole engine and stuff in there, the weight of it. Jesus, please watch over us. Amen. Won't let us get hurt. It's times like this, I'm really glad I've got long arms. There, that wasn't near as scary as it seemed, was it?
Is it free?
Yeah. Put that jack off now, bub. Gently. It's setting on it, I mean. But that's how much it had to drop.
Mm-hmm.
That means we've got to crush that spring that much more. Gently, gently, bub. I've got a safety chain through it too. It's not going too far, but. You letting us down, bub?
Yeah.
Not very damn fast. All right, slide the jack out of the way. One regulation spring.
Oh wow. A lot longer than
Got a lot
ours.
longer, didn't it?
Yeah.
Clear everything out. You. Put some pressure on that son of a bitch. Let her sit there for a minute. Too much work. Look at that. Break time.